6 weeks, thousands of developers, and $100,000 up for grabs. This isn't just another hackathon. This is a challenge to go beyond rows and columns and build with AI with the ease of SQL. And this is the story of the $15,000 winners of the Multimodal Pioneer category. BigQuery is mostly known for its serverless structured and semi-structured data processing at scale. Generally, databases work with structured data, but there's a lot of data that also exists in other formats beyond structured data. This is working with multimodal data, or data of different types, such as images, PDFs, among others. The Multimodal Pioneer Challenge tasks developers with breaking these barriers. Using object tables, they can create a SQL interface over unstructured files. It means they can finally combine structured data with images, documents, and rich media, all with BigQuery. The mission: build a solution that unlocks insights difficult to find with siloed datasets. From revolutionizing real estate valuation to building an automated quality control agent that can see discrepancies. Who will best shatter these data silo barriers? That's the TriLink team, David Babu. Speaking with David today is Lucia Subatin, Google Developer Advocate.
Welcome to one of the interviews with our winners from TriLink. I'm here with David. How are you, David?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your team?
Yeah, my name is basically me. I'm a senior data scientist in energy. I've been working for like 8 years around now. I'm eagerly participating in few hackathons, and the BigQuery hackathon was one of the latest ones I participated in, and happily enough, I was able to win that. So TriLink is a fictional company. TriLink is a three-phase mobile solution. So they have mobile, internet, and home security solutions. And all this data is simulated. And the project was basically just to demonstrate how BigQuery can be used in different facets across for different use cases.
Nice. So if you had to summarize how BigQuery helped solve your problems, do you have some highlights about that?
So in my actual professional work also, I started using BigQuery for some AI solutions. And it was kind of derived from this particular hackathon. The way BigQuery was able to help was that when I have a structured data set, there are multiple functionalities within it that allows me to, for example, a.generate table function that lets me pass a table as it is. I just have to pass a prompt to it, and it's going to create a table without me expecting a JSON format output, or I don't have to add anything in the prompt, and it scales up pretty quickly. Like if I have a table with, let's say, 10,000 call transcripts, the amount of time it takes for me to run it with a GenAI function in Python, like the LangChain or anything like that, I think it's going to take a lot of time. But with BigQuery, this scales up pretty quickly. So these were like very nice functionalities for me. And also the multimodal object ref, that was pretty new to me. I didn't see that before the hackathon. So I was kind of amazed by the speed as well as the ease of usage of that, and the ability to combine different functionalities of BigQuery to basically get value out of data, as long as the data is available in structured phase, irrespective of the scale of the data size.
Nice. Yeah, the multimodal capabilities of BigQuery are one of my favorite ones. So you weren't planning on using that from the beginning, right?
No. So to be honest, I was just participating in the hackathon first just to get an idea. So this year, just to a background, there's a lot of things happening in AI, and there's little too much you can understand by reading, and there is a limit to which what you can actually do in the work, because you're not going to do everything in work. So once I get an idea of what all these different functionalities are present, then I was able to translate some of the stuff which I wanted to implement in my professional work as well as some of the things I had seen recently, which pretty much the implementation part was very simple.
And sometimes it happens that you need to leave features out of your build. If you had one more week, do you have a feature that you would like to add to your project?
My initial plan was to create a recommendation system because that's um, kind of something which you can build with the embeddings. So my plan was to convert like all the customer features and all the structured data into embeddings for different customers, different products. But that's one space I feel BigQuery might be useful in the actual enterprise solutions because it scales up a lot faster and it works very well with um, different customer logs, like event logs or anything like that. So that's one thing which I wanted to build on.
I like that you're thinking of the enterprise readiness of this, and especially because you built something like an autonomous enterprise data warehouse. So, on this topic, which of the 5 actions do you think provides the single highest, most immediate ROI or return on investment for a real world company?
Yeah, so the ROI would obviously be on the fifth one, which was an ADK agent, mainly because the fifth action was for the ADK agent was created in such a way that all the functionalities before the 4 others, they're kind of coming in as a tool in this. So it's essentially available real time as a chatbot. So that would be the one that obviously would have the highest ROI.
And if someone were looking to you to get mentorship from you for a similar hackathon, what would your one piece of advice be?
So my piece of advice would be to actually think about it. So this happened to me also before. So when a hackathon comes, first thing you do is go and start coding, or you in the current space you start vibe coding. I'm not a big fan of it because within like hours you lose control of what you're building. So I have been participating in hackathons for this year. To my experience, it might not be the 100% rule, but the first week is always just think about it, let it marinate. The first idea you think, which is you might feel is awesome, the next day it is probably not good. So it takes you marinate it for a few days.
That's really solid advice. Thank you for that. And my last question is, if you were to build this project again from scratch without any technology constraints, and for example, you don't have to use BigQuery, would you still use BigQuery or would you use anything different?
I would still use BigQuery for any structured data set. So in this particular space where it's an enterprise solution, it's not consumer facing. By consumer facing, it's not like a app or anything like that. It's an enterprise solution with a lot of chunks of data. I would use BigQuery, considering the way it handles the structured data sets with the different AI functions. The embedding functions is available for any RAG actions, as well as the multimodal functions, which is pretty much simple to use. I would recommend to use BigQuery on enterprise solutions.
Thank you once again for joining us and congratulations
Thank you for having me.
for that.